Hello, one and all. I believe we are live. And look who's got a home haircut. It truly is the quarantine. When your partner has cut your hair in the apartment, in the tub even, if you're being extra careful. Hello to the Fighting Mongooses. Good to see you back from Tuesday on that 10th in a row. Nothing like a good streak from the Fighting Mongooses. Good to have you. I think you've done a little bit more than 10 before, but well done. Well done nonetheless. Hello to Spokane seniors as well. I saw you commenting on a couple of other videos. Good to have you back on a Thursday as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining after we decided to take that necessary time in respect, of course, from Tuesday to let everyone, properly, as we say with Trivia Club, learn along the way, learn the breadth of what we need to about the inequality for Black lives in America and Canada and worldwide. So hopefully you took that time to truly dig into what's happening and how it affects people both in your community, outside your community, in your life. If you are not living that life already, and if you are, then thank you for your strength, but also for not needing to be patient anymore about that. But yes, great to have everyone for Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse. We'll be taking another few minutes before we jump into Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse. Let everyone join in. It might be a little quieter, I understand, too, because of a Tuesday turning into a Thursday. But that's all right. It's also a dark shirt and a black bow tie, so it might be a little hard to see the bow tie this week, I realize. That's all right, too. I am wearing a bow tie, though, of course. Again, it would not be Trivia Club without it. Hope you're all doing well. Trivia will begin at 7:05. So, of course, or around 7:05, of course. I'll let everyone join in. Say hello in the comments. Come up with your team name, of course, if you haven't already. You can introduce yourself with your team name or just say hello in the comments as well. It's always great to see everybody, both within the community, outside of the community. If you're new to Trivia Club, great to have you, of course. And if you're a Trivial Award winner, well, welcome back. Always great to have you back in it and to win it. Because everyone's a winner. We're very, not even democratic. I don't even know if that's democratic. We're caring, we're sharing. Yeah. Remember, once again, as well with the comments, you can say hello, you can chat about the general questions, if only in the difficulty or not the difficulty sense of them. You can ask for repeats, of course, so we'll try to track that, but we'll come back around to repeating questions after the all 20 questions are asked. All 20? No, before the 20th. So the first 19 are asked. And then we'll jump into answering. But other than that, what else am I missing? Oh, yeah, you can play along at home, of course, as well. So you can play it by yourself. You can play with those in your house. You can play against those in your house. And you can play with others wherever they might be, as we're still socially distancing and trying to be as responsible as possible. So join in however you'd like, just as long as you comment in another chat window and don't say any answers in this live chat window. It'll stick around with the video, so don't want to have to delete or prune away any answers, of course, as we go along. And hello to everyone who is watching along, of course, in the live chat, but can't chat along because you're not on YouTube or what have you. But yeah, that. I think we're pretty much ready to begin. 7:05 on a Thursday. Love to see it. Great to have you. All right. Without much further ado, just there you go. Hello to Diane Ron as well. And
welcome to Trivia Club.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. This is the 10th edition of Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. As you know, it's great to have you. It's great to be here. Oh, yes, we're staying safe. We're staying socially distanced. We're staying, of course, safe in the time of COVID-19 and making sure that not only are we safe, but that those with autoimmune disorders or those in higher risk are still safe. I mean, we are multiple months in. We're more than 2, close to 3 months in, but we're still trying to be as mindful as possible because the numbers aren't going down. So we want to keep our heads up and make sure everyone's doing well. I'm your host. I haven't said that yet, but I'm your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. We're here on a Thursday instead of a Tuesday because COVID-19 isn't our only worry these days, our only the thing on everyone's mind. I would be remiss if I didn't say that we're also supporting Black Lives Matter today and every day. But I mean, I'm embarrassed almost that I have not said that out loud already. I mean, you have to make your beliefs known when you believe them as strongly as I do in this. Like, we stand in solidarity with those leading. In solidarity with those leading the fight against inequality and structural racism towards the Black community, both here and in the United States. And we just demand accountability about towards the leaders out there, towards the structure. And then we can demand accountability and bully those leaders, as Killer Mac says, when it's time to vote. So you can support Black Lives Matters too, through the links below. There are links in which you can donate directly to Black Lives Matter. You can donate towards the bail of people in multiple cities across the United States. And it's a fantastically made website. And you can also support trans protesters as well, specifically, as they are, of course, at an even heightened risk with the misgendering that the community goes through all the time. So yes, all the links are in the description. And I'm happy that, of course, you're joining me on Thursday as well. And you're all staying home, staying safe, doing all that you can to support all those who you can in these days. So thank you for flattening the curve. Thank you for standing up for inequality and the militarization of police forces. Let's be honest. That's another huge thing that I am highly against, but I can't not say anything about anymore. So I want to just thank you all for doing everything you can. So yes, we're here for 20 questions of Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. That's right, there's Trivia Club tonight too. So get a pen and paper ready. You follow along at home. We'll be writing down answers to every question, with the 20th question being a multi-part question. There are 10 possible answers, so leave a little bit more extra space at the 20th question, whether it be at the bottom of your page or the back of your page. Remember, you will need a little bit more space if you're doing it pen or pencil to paper and not just on a Word document. I won't be able to interact with participants as I usually do, of course, so you'll be either marking each other's papers or of course, marking your own. So if I haven't said hello to you yet, share your team name in the comments. I see that Cookie Faced has joined us. I see that Jana's joined us as well. And F. Billy Zane, great to see you as well. Great to have everyone. Let's see. Yeah, share your team names in the comments. Say hello to everybody. Last week's I Built a VCR, or Trivia Club Anagram, our tiebreaker at the end of the night, was So Had Euro. So Had Euro, and I was asking you to find the movie in the anagram So Had Euro. That movie title was Roadhouse. Yes, Roadhouse. Also, this past Tuesday was Diana, Chrissy's mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Diana, Mom. Yay! Happy birthday. Yay. Birthdays. So yes, happy birthday. And speaking of presents or prizes, what can you win tonight? Well, nothing, but because we're all being smart about interacting. But in your mind's eye, you can win or bring home a golden VHS. Ooh, that Trivia Club prize. That golden VHS. Ooh. Yeah, I like it. Tonight's golden VHS. It is a Paramount Pictures presenting, in association with Eddie Murphy Productions, a film by Eddie Murphy, starring Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Danny Aiello, Della Reese, Arsenio Hall, Red Fox. That's amazing. With music by Herbie Hancock. It's Harlem Nights. Ooh, Harlem Nights. Indeedy. That's tonight's golden VHS. And let's see, what else? Yes, you can follow Trivia Club on Twitter, on Facebook, on youtube.com/Trivia Club, on triviaclub.ca, where everything lives. So yes, triviaclub.ca, with its stats and achievements and extracurricular activities that will someday also be used again, but are at least living there in remembrance of all the fun live event times. And what else? Yes, remember, there are only 3 rules when it comes to Trivia Club. Those 3 cardinal rules are: be smarter than those smartphones, or in this case, smarter than your internet connection. If you're cheating to find the answers, you're really only cheating yourselves. So find those answers as best you can, or think of those answers as best you can. Don't find them anywhere but your head. Huh? Yeah. Keep the answers out of the live chat for the YouTube video, either watching it live or in the future. Don't put any answers in the comments. Keep that spirit of competition sharp. And the only other rule of Trivia Club is say it. What was that? Oh, yes. The only other rule of Trivia Club is tell everybody about Trivia Club. Thank you. I was actually going to ask, could you get something for the...
Oh, yeah.
A little behind the scenes magic happening. I was thinking about 2 things at once. And yes, thank you for the haircut comments as well. New hair. Pandemic got a bathtub cut too. Chrissy did a fantastic job. She's not just a producer of Trivia Club, she's a hair cutter, as a hairdresser as well. But yes, let's jump into tonight's round of Trivia Club. Our questions to be asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it works for you, it works for me. Oh, hey.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's chair magic. Yeah. We'll never tell. Because it's not exciting. And it's true, bathtub haircuts are very underrated. But enough about my haircut. I'll get to more of that later. Let's jump into the questions for Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse. Write down these questions, these answers on your answer sheet. I thought I was going to get to the questions, so here we go. Question number 1 is called I Want Candy. So with the most nominations, that's and with 6 wins at this past Wednesday's Canadian Scream Awards was Schitt's Creek. But maybe the biggest winners per nomination were winners of 5 awards on 5 nominations for their fourth and penultimate season, including winning the Candy Award for sketch comedy show and ensemble performance, was this show. So once again, name the sketch comedy show that won not only sketch comedy show and ensemble performance this past Canadian Screen Awards week, but also won 5 awards on 5 nominations. Name that sketch comedy show. This is a yes, can count right off the bat. So hopefully for the Americans in the audience, you're not too dissuaded off the bat. Name that sketch comedy show that won sketch comedy show and ensemble performance, the Canadian Screen Award for that, as well as 4 other awards, going 5 for 5 on their Candy Award nominations. They were right up there as big winners this past week, this past Wednesday, along with Schitt's Creek. So good for them. Question number 2, it's food for thought for you. So, question number 2, what foods are called albondigas in Spain or köttbullar in the case of the Swedish ones you can get at IKEA? So once again, what foods are called albondigas in Spain or köttbullar in the case of the Swedish ones you can get at IKEA? The Spanish is spelled Albondigas, and the Swedish ones are spelled K-O with an umlaut, because that's always fun, T-T-B-U-L-L-A-R. Albondigas in Spanish, and köttbullar is what foods are called that, with the köttbullar being the Swedish ones you can get at IKEA. Question number 3, whether you're ready or not. So, for question number 3, what U.S. and Canada observance is derived from the Pennsylvanian Dutch tradition of badgers forecasting the weather on Candlemas? Once again, yes, what U.S. and Canada observance is derived from the Pennsylvanian Dutch tradition of badgers forecasting the weather on Candlemas? And then question number 4, we're connecting for the point on this one. What that means is there's a connection between the answers of 2 and 3. If you can tell me that connection, you'll get a point on question number 4. And it's just a connection between the answers of 2 and 3. So think outside the box. There's no hints in the questions themselves. And once again, the question number 2, what foods are called albondigas in Spain or köttbullar in the case of the Swedish ones you can get at IKEA? And question number 3, what U.S. and Canada observance is derived from the Pennsylvanian Dutch tradition of badgers forecasting the weather on Candlemas? Candlemas. And question number 4, yes, what's the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? Chrissy's very excited.
I never know these questions, and I know this one.
Question number 5 now. It's called Best Known For. So name the 4 projects that, according to IMDb.com, that Internet Movie Database.com, and its algorithm, that the following actor is, quote-unquote, known for. And for question number 5, today's best known for is someone that would have been celebrating her 94th birthday on June 1st, Marilyn Monroe. So Marilyn Monroe would have been 94 on June 1st. One of the 4 movies that she is known for, according to the InternetMovieDatabase.com. These are movies that are talked about a lot, or big box office movies, or awards movies, or because they're either or both of those, they're also still talked about a lot. Who knows with the algorithm? Only Amazon knows. Mm-hmm. Good thing about question number 5, best known for, is we can blame Bezos on this one, as we should for a lot of things these days, actually, to be honest. So, yeah, Bezos. And I can say that on YouTube because it's not yet owned by Bezos. Good news, everybody. Question number 6. Question number 6 is called Golden Tunes. Realize I usually give you a little bit more time on question number 5. So I'll just slowly get into question number 6. But for question number 6, Golden Tunes, for a point each, name the animated duo who starred in Warner Brothers' first Oscar-winning cartoon, half of which proved the cartoon's title character in blank pie. So once again, yes, for a point each, name the animated duo who starred in Warner Brothers' first Oscar-winning cartoon, half of which proved to be the cartoon's title character in a cartoon titled blank pie. That's your question number 6. I'll give you further time to think about that and question number 5. Yes, here's question number 6 once again. It's called Golden Tunes. So for a point each, name the animated duo, so the cartoon characters in this case, who starred in Warner Brothers' first Oscar-winning cartoon. Half of the duo, so one of those cartoon characters, were the title character, the title of that cartoon being blank pie. Warner Brothers, animated duo, Oscar-winning cartoon titled blank pie. One of those cartoon characters being the title character. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I could get away with it, I'd be playing the usual Trivia Club soundtrack. You'd be hearing a lot of, I'm sure, like David Bowie, a lot of Spoon, of course, and a lot of TV on the radio. Some Pup mixed in there. You know that. If you played trivia before, you've known, I would say, like 30, 40 songs that I've played at least 500 times. So, I mean, feel free to play it at home. Your own thinking music can be put on in the background. Jenny Lewis, yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. What's that?
Grizzly bear.
Grizzly Bear, yeah. Jenny Lewis, where's Jenny Lewis? Right.
No, don't pick anything up.
Oh, no. And then smashes down.
Oh, yeah, always.
Always, yeah. Yeah, thank you. All fantastic options for me, both to play later and for you to play at home. Don't want YouTube to be like, hey, your copyrights. Hey.
Yeah.
Question number 8 will last as long as they don't clamp down on copyright infringement. So, question number 7. Question number 7 now. What horror movie features a serial killer wearing a mask inspired by an Edvard Munch painting? Once again, name a scary movie, a horror movie, that features a serial killer wearing a mask inspired by an Edvard Munch painting. Edvard Munch. I always try very hard, and then I still it doesn't quite.
You almost got it. It spelled like that.
That's true. Name that scary movie. On question number 7. Question number 8 now. We're going to go bit by bit. This is an audio clue for you. I'm going to play an 8-bit cover of a popular song, something that you might have heard in its 8-bit form, at least, on an original Nintendo or a Game Boy or an old Nokia flip phone. You name that song for a point and name the musical act responsible for the original full bit song for a second point. All right, so. Right, that's how I do this. Just flipping through technology. All right, here's that. Question number 8. We're going bit by bit. And your audio clue. And that was your question number 8, that bit by bit song. Name that song in its non-8-bit form and tell me the musical act responsible for that song. A point each can be won on question number 8. 2 possible points to be won. Shift in my chair. All right, question number 9. It's time to tag the line. For question number 9, I'm going to give you the tagline from a movie poster, and you name that movie. So your tagline from the poster, it's the hottest day of the summer. You can do nothing, you can do something, or you can ... Once again, question number 9. It's the hottest day of the summer. You can do nothing, you can do something, or you can do ... Mm-hmm. That is your question number 9. Tagline. In that movie, with that tagline, it's the hottest day of the summer. You can do nothing, you can do something, or you can ... Question number 9. All right, question number 10. It's time for our first game show game of the night. It is called Survey Says. Survey Says is Trivia Club's spin on the Family Feud. It's actually using a Family Feud surveyed question. So you tell me what 100 Americans, however they're chosen, what do you think their number 1 answer was to this actual Family Feud surveyed question? So question number 10, Survey Says, name something that parents love watching their children do for the first time. So yes, name something that parents love watching their children do for the first time. Mm-hmm. A lot of good options on that one. What's number 1? What is number 1? That's that question number 10, that Survey Says. Question number 11, X marks the spot on this question. So for X marks the spot, what cartoon characters were created when Professor Utonium accidentally added chemical X to a concoction that also included sugar, spice, and everything nice. So yes, once again, what cartoon characters were created when Professor Utonian accidentally added chemical X to a concoction that also included sugar, spice, and everything nice? Hmm. 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 That was your question number 11, where X marks the spot. Now, question number 12. We're going to ask you about someone before they were Star Wars. Before they were Star Wars. Question number 12. Before Star Wars, this actor worked as a roadie for the rock and roll band The Doors. As before Star Wars, this actor worked as a roadie for the rock and roll band The Doors. Mm-hmm. That's that question number 12. Question number 13 now is a Star Trek. Star Trek. So for question number 13, name the character that has appeared in the most Star Trek series played by the same actor. So a list of shows that includes the newest Star Trek series, Star Trek Picard, or just Picard, The Next Generation, Enterprise, Voyager, and technically also Deep Space Nine. Once again, yes, name the character that has appeared in the most Star Trek series played by the same actor. And those shows in which that character has appeared on include not only the newest series, Picard, but also The Next Generation, Enterprise, Voyager, and technically even Deep Space Nine. Mm-hmm. For this question number 13, I will accept either a last name or a first and last name, or first name, a middle initial, and a last name. That was your question number 13. Mm-hmm. I'm doing an ebb and flow on my pace. I don't want to go too fast. Question number 14. We're giving you room to rest. So 3 possible points are now up for grabs on question number 14. So name as many as 3 movies that are based on franchises that had a popular TV show on air during the 1960s. And also in those movies had the actor Henry Cavill play a major character who gets into an intense fight in a public restroom. Bathroom fights, very important in these movies, but also the fact that they're based off of franchises that had a popular TV show during the 1960s. 3 possible movies can be named for a point. So once again, in the original order in which I said it, question number 14, name the 3 movies, or as many as 3 movies, based on franchises that had a popular TV show on air during the 1960s, and also in those movies had actor Henry Cavill play a major character who gets into an intense fight in a public restroom. That's a movie. That's a movie. This one's a bit of a thinker too, so I'll give you time to talk it through. You can look at the bookcase behind me. Or if you're listening to this in podcast form, which I forgot to mention before, it is available in podcast form on Trivia Club's SoundCloud or on the Trivia Club network, available through Apple Podcasts. Then just imagine a bookcase behind me. It's just the audio version of this YouTube feed. I wonder if you can hear the motorbikes through the window. Probably in some way, shape, or form. It's summer. The windows are open. Is it summer technically?
No.
No, it's not, but it feels like summer.
Soon.
Question number 15 now. It's countdown takedown time. Countdown take time. Countdown takedown time. Wait for it. There you go. For question number 15, countdown takedown. This game show game is played with Price is Right rules with a twist. So you want to get as close as you can to the actual number without going over. But only guesses within 25% of the actual number will get you. But if you get right on, you'll get 5 points. So you want to guess as close as you can to the actual number. If you get the actual number, that is 5 points. If you're within 25% of the actual number, that is still 2 solid points. If you're below 25%, no points. If you're just above, also 0 points. But yes, the 25% range keeps everyone from doing the $1 bobs for some points. So your countdown takedown question. How many tail feathers did the original NBC peacock logo have? Once again, yes, how many tail feathers did the original NBC peacock logo have? That's not the current one now, but the original. I will say there is a different number between the two. That's your countdown takedown. Give me your best guess at the number for the number of tail feathers that the original NBC peacock logo have. And I don't believe I mentioned earlier too, but if you are watching this on YouTube, but you can't comment because you're not signed into YouTube or you don't have a YouTube account, feel free to leave your name, team name, and the points you got at the end of this night of trivia on our Facebook page. We have a link, at least one link, maybe two, for this video. But yes, a link for this video. Leave your team name and point total at the end of the night. We'll be happy to hear from you. Question number 16, we're going outside the borders. So I'll give you the name of 2 countries, and you tell me the color that their flags have in common. A little vexillology for you. So, what is the common color between the flags of Rwanda and Spain? Once again, Rwanda and Spain share this common color in their flags. That was question number 16, outside the borders. Question number 17, it's the sour hour for you. So, for question number 17, name the NFL team, the National Football League team that has a mascot with sourdough in his name, or in their name. They're a mascot. Oh, they're gendered male. Can't really have a gender if you're a mascot. Can you? I don't know. Which NFL team has a mascot with sourdough in their name? That's that question number 17. You can give me the full team name or just the team nickname if you'd like. Or I guess even the location. Name that NFL team that has a mascot with sourdough in their name. Question number 18 now. Question number 18. It's a question about Achilles' heels. Not a killer's heels, Achilles. So, question number 18. Early in The Wizard of Oz, you can see red slippers on this witch's corpse before they morph onto Dorothy's feet. So yes, in the movie The Wizard of Oz, you can see red slippers on this witch before they morph onto Dorothy's feet. Answer question number 18. Question number 19. It's menagerie. So, question number 19. This plant-eating water mammal, whose name begins with the letter M, has mostly solid bones with no marrow, making its skeleton quite heavy. It's a dense mammal. Once again, question number 19. This plant-eating water mammal, whose name starts with the letter M, has mostly solid bones with no marrow, making its skeleton quite heavy. Really quite heavy. Mm-hmm. That's your question number 19. Before I jump into question number 20, our trivia royale for tonight, which I'll give you 5 minutes to come up with as many of these answers as you can. Before I jump into that question number 20, our trivia royale, are there any questions I can repeat or clarify with the art of repetition? A skill that I learned at the Atlantic Theatre Company acting school. Ah, yes, repetition. A true actor's technique. Thank you, David Mamet. Question number 14, yeah. I'll do 12 and then 14. Let's stay in order. I'll start with 14 and then 12. Who am I? Oh, the host? Okay. Question number 14. All the rest. Name the 3 movies based on franchises that had a popular TV show on air during the 1960s and also have actor Henry Cavill play a major character who gets into an intense fight in a public restroom. Not just a fight, an intense, just cracking sinks left and right. Let me tell you. And question number 12. Before they were Star Wars. So before Star Wars, this actor worked as a roadie for the rock and roll band The Doors. Any more questions I can repeat or clarify with that repetition? Repetition, also a fantastic song by TV on the Radio. I recommend it. I just recommend TV on the Radio, let's be honest. Yeah. All right. If there's nothing else to repeat, nothing else to clarify. Oh, I need my timer, actually. Just a second. Gives you more time to think about any answers you might want to give. Because after we go through our Trivia Royale, we'll be passing our papers to our peers, even if that just means tossing it into the air and catching it ourselves. And then we'll be marking our papers. So finalize what you can before the answer period begins for tonight's trivia. All right, you'll have 5 minutes for this question number 20, our Trivia Royale, to end tonight's questions for trivia. We'll give you time to write down these answers. And then we'll give you your answers for tonight's trivia. See how many points you get to win that golden VHS. Ooh, ah. All righty. Question number 20. In 5 minutes, for a point each, name any 10 of the 15 people who have won an EGOT. Or, if you don't know what an EGOT is, an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. And this is in competitive categories only, no lifetime achievements. So your 5 minutes have begun. Oh, your 5 minutes have begun. So yes, in 5 minutes, now 4 minutes and 40 seconds for a point each. Talk amongst yourself and name as many of the 15 people, name 10, as many of 10, as much as 10. Name 10 of the 15 people who have won an EGOT, or won the Emmy Award, a Grammy Award, an Oscar Award, a Tony Award, not a Peabody Award. In competitive categories only. So that takes anyone who has finalized their EGOT through lifetime achievements. Just in this case, it's still very impressive, but it won't get you a point. 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes. And using this time, I'm once again going to replenish that sweet, sweet trivia water. Ah, that's nice. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Three minutes and 40. Now 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes left. Name 10 of the 15 people. Name as many as 10 of the 15 people who have won an EGOT or an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award for a point each. That is tonight's Trivia Royale. And I believe I haven't said hello to Mark Pagot's glasses or Matt Smith. Hello to both. Good to see everybody. Now that your last name is a team name, I should ask you how you pronounce your last name, Mark. Let me know in the comments. I mean, after this answering period. No rush. A minute 15 remaining. A minute 15. A little bit more than a minute. Certainly less than 2. As long as you love the mispronunciation, that's what I'm here for. Never to pronounce anything truly correctly, but certainly giving it my all. $40 seconds remaining. 40 seconds. And then we'll jump into our answers from round, Trivia House. Trivia House. 20 seconds. 15 seconds remaining. Finalize those Royale answers if you haven't already, and all those Trivia Club answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, indeed, that is Trivia Royale. Put down those pens. Put down those pens, those papers. Just push them away. Thank you all, of course, for joining in, for answering all these trivia questions. Here are those answers before we can all get to dinner if we haven't already, etc., etc. So, question number 1. Well, actually, I'll give you another couple of seconds to pass those papers. Alrighty. Here are those answers for Trivia Club here at home. So, question number 1, I Want Candy. So, what was the sketch comedy show and ensemble performance winner at this past week's Canadian Screen Awards that went 5 for 5 on their nominations, being, the biggest winner per nomination at least, even though Schitt's Creek did win 6 awards from their many nominations. They were nominated a bunch in the same category. That's beside the point. Going 5 for 5 was Baroness von Sketch. Baroness von Sketch. Question number 2. Food for thought. So, what foods are called albóndigas on Spain, or köttbullar in the case of the Swedish ones you can get at IKEA? That would be meatballs. Meatballs. Question number 3, whether you're ready or not. Whether you're ready or not. What U.S. and Canada observance is derived from the Pennsylvania Dutch tradition of badgers forecasting the weather on Candlemas? Candlemas? Candlemas. That would be Groundhog Day. Yes, Groundhog Day. So what's the connection for question number 4 between the answers of 2 and 3, between Meatballs and Groundhog Day? Those are both Bill Murray movies. Yes, Bill Murray is your connector for that point on question number 4. Murray answers. Question number 5, best known for. So for a point each, what are the 4 movies that Marilyn Monroe, who would have been 94 on June 1st, what are the 4 movies that she is known for, according to IMDb.com? According to that database of movies on the internet.com. She is known for Some Like It Hot for a point. The 7-Year Itch for a second point. Gentlemen prefer blondes. Gentlemen prefer blondes. Wow. Ooh, a word is hard. And The Prince and the Showgirl for that 4th point. A movie that she did with Laurence Olivier. He was the showgirl. Question number 5 was that. Question number 6, Golden Tunes. So for a point each, name the animated duo who starred in Warner Brothers' first Oscar-winning cartoon, half of that duo proved to be the cartoon's title character in Blank Pie. That would be Sylvester and Tweety Pie. Tweety Pie was the title. Sylvester will get you a point. Tweety will get you a point. Ah, Tweety Pie. That's your question number 6. Question number 7. Oh, yes, 2 points on that question number 6. What horror movie features a serial killer wearing a mask inspired by a Edvard Munch painting? That would be Scream. Inspired by The Scream. Should have said something like Starry Night. Ah, the horrifying painting. Question number 8, bit by bit. So the 8-bit cover was a cover of Hey Ya for a point by Outkast. Would have also accepted Andre 3000. But it was that double album of Outkast. So a point for Hey Ya and a point for Outkast or Andre 3000. I would love to give you a point simply for Big Boy, but in this case, just can't. Question number 9, tag the line. So the tagline for the movie poster was, it's the hottest day of the summer. You can do nothing, you can do something, or you can. The movie was Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing. Question number 10 now. Its survey says, name something that parents love watching their children do for the first time. So, our 1-point answer, there's 5 possible answers that will get you some points. With the their number 1, if it's your number 1, I'll get you 5 points, but I'll start with the 1-point answer. So 1 point if you said something about Queen and racing and bling, 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 bling. No, riding a bike, bicycle racing. It's coming this year. So forget all your worries. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, ride a bike for a point. 2 points. If this one came with it, just really swept things up, got swept away, I'd be cleaning up for the first time. Cleaning their rooms would be also acceptable. 3 points if this really spoke to you. That would be talking. Yes, talking. Naming something that parents love watching their children do for the first time. Talk for 3 points. 4 points if this was truly brought to your face by this answer. That would be smile. Smile. And 5 points if you had this in like 4 balls. Just a walk. You had this in a walk. I'd be walking. Yes, walking. Step by step. Ooh, baby. So, 5 points for walk. 4 points for smile. 3 points for talk. 2 points for clean up or just clean. Or cleaning the bedroom. Wherever you want to clean. And 1 point for riding the bike. Riding a bike. However you want to do that as well. Question number 11. X marks the spot. So what cartoon characters were created when Professor Utonium accidentally added chemical X to a concoction that also included sugar, spice, and everything nice? The Powerpuff Girls. Yes, the Powerpuff Girls. Question number 12. Before they were Star Wars, which actors worked as a roadie for the rock and roll band The Doors? He also made doors as a carpenter. That would be Harrison Ford. They were a little much for him. He didn't stay on as a roadie. They were a little much all in all. Let's all agree with the Doors on that one. Alrighty, question number 14. All the rest rooms. Room to rest. So, name the 3 movies based on franchises that had a popular TV show on air during the 1960s that also happen to have Henry Cavill play a major character who gets into an intense fight in a public restroom. That is, the movies are all great for their bathroom fights alone. I mean, some only for the bathroom fights, let's be honest. Did I skip 13? I did. I'll answer 14 and then 13. I just wanted to get to the bathroom fights. Those movies are Mission Impossible Fallout for a point, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice for a second point. Would have also accepted Batman v Superman, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. for a third point. Alrighty. Question number 13. Your answer there are Star Trek. So, who is the character that has appeared in the most Star Trek series played by the same actor? So a list of shows that includes Picard, The Next Generation, Enterprise, Voyager, and technically even Deep Space Nine, even though, let's say Deep Space Nine had it had something to do with some sort of space weirdness. Anyway, that would be, maybe it was like a shapeshifter. Anyway, that character is William T. Riker. I would have also accepted Riker. Commander Riker is also okay, even though I don't think he was Commander Picard. Number 2 would be pushing it. It would be pushing it. But Riker, William T. Riker. Jonathan Franz, of course, also was a writer, I believe, but also a director, certainly, both within the TV show and the Next Generation associated movies. He at least directed one of those, I believe. But yes, for question number 14, those 60 TV show bathroom fights, Mission Impossible Fallout, that would be for the point there, because there are enough Mission Impossibles. It did need to be specific. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Batman v Superman. Question number 15. So your countdown, takedown question. Your Price is Right style bit of trivia. How many tail feathers did the original NBC Peacock logo have? It now has 6, but originally it had, can I get a drum roll, please? 11. 11. So yes, 11 for 5 points. If you guessed anywhere from 10 to 8, so 10, 9, 8, that is 2 points. But if you said 7, 6, all the way down, that is 0 points, unfortunately. Yes, it now has 6, but originally it had 11. They went more realistic with their Peacock, and now they're naming their streaming service after it. I mean, it's sure, why not?
Isn't that the point for just Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible by itself, half a point. Unfortunately, I cannot give that half point because that's a different movie. That's a completely different movie for that question number 14. I don't know if that has a bathroom fight, but I know that it certainly explodes some fish tanks. So I'll give it that. Alrighty, question number 16, outside the borders. So I give you the name of 2 countries. And you tell me the color that their flags have in common. Those countries were Rwanda and Spain, and the common color is yellow. Yellow. Question number 17 now, Sour Hour. So which football team, National Football League team, has a mascot with sourdough in their name? That would be the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran 49ers. Sourdough Sam is that mascot. Because gold miners, fun fact, gold miners carried starter in their packs or on their person to keep it warm. Because sourdough is delicious, and you gotta let your starter travel well. We've all learned this. We've all learned a little bit about starters, or thought about it at least. Alrighty, question number 18. Achilles' heels. Achilles. So early in the Wizard of Oz in the movie, you can see red slippers on this witch before they morph onto Dorothy's feet. That specific witch was the Wicked Witch of the East. Of the East. So if you said of the West, well, she did not get those slippers. That was part of her downfall. She was going after him, though. Looking for the Wicked Witch of the East. And question number 19, menagerie. Menagerie. This plant-eating water mammal, whose name starts with the letter M, has mostly solid bones with no marrow, making its skeleton quite heavy indeed. That would be a manatee. Manatee. Question number 19, manatee. And question number 20, our Trivia Royale. So 10 possible points to be won on this one. It could be the thing that shifts your entire night, depending on who you're playing with or who you're playing against in your mind's eye, even if it's just yourself. This is for 10 possible points. Question number 20. So those EGOT winners for a point each are Richard Rogers, who was a composer, Rita Moreno, who of course is an actress, singer, Helen Hayes, an actress as well, John Gielgud, an actor, director, though he won most of his for directing, Audrey Hepburn, who was the first EGOT winner to win at least one of those EGOT awards posthumously, and she won actually 2 of the 4 after passing away. Composer Marvin Hamlish, Jonathan Tunick, who was also a composer, director, and comedian, but winning for directing, I think, most directing, actually, but not his Grammy. Mike Nichols, Mel Brooks, the writer, actor, director, filmmaker, actress Whoopi Goldberg, actor Whoopi Goldberg, Scott Rudin, who is a producer, composer Robert Lopez, who is the youngest person to EGOT, barely beating out John Legend, Andrew Lloyd Webber, the composer and lyricist and producer and composer, I think lyricist, Tim Rice. And John Legend, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Tim Rice EGOT it all at the same time, thanks to their Emmy Award-winning Jesus Christ Superstar. So once again, for a point each, Richard Rogers, Rita Moreno, Helen Hayes, John Gielgud, Audrey Hepburn, Marvin Hamlish, Jonathan Tunick, Mike Nichols, Mel Brooks, Whoopi Goldberg, Scott Rudin, Robert Lopez, John Legend, singer-songwriter, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Tim Rice. I'll say the people that won in non-competitive categories, so that did not make this list because some of these are lifetime achievements, etc. But some who could still, of course, EGOT. But those that are not on the list, but in some way, shape, or form won for Barbara Streisand, Liza Minnelli, James Earl Jones, Alan Menken, Harry Belafonte, and Quincy Jones did not EGOT in this sense, though have EGOTed in another sense. Those EGOTs can be tough. Yes, indeed, they swung. There's a lot of producers and composers, mostly composers within those EGOTs. It's the Grammy that is trickiest, not for most, but for some. But it's an easier entryway into Grammys and Tonys, certainly. Easy for the 15 people that have ever done it. Yes, announce your points in the live chat below, and if you're playing along afterwards, you can always announce your points in the comment section as well for the video. It'll be great to hear from you. Let me know what you got. A point for every correct answer. Let's see. Oh, and as the points are coming in, I'll let you know who went as we go. So let me know your team name so I can connect it to your points as well as I read them out. But if you need a tiebreaker, if you just want some bonus trivia, here is a bonus bit of trivia for you. It's called I Built a VCR, which is an anagram itself for Trivia Club. So this bonus tiebreaker, as always from the Trivia Clubhouse, is an anagram. I'm going to ask you to name the Tony, Emmy, and Oscar winner. Yes, not a Grammy winner yet. Tony, Emmy, and Oscar winner in the following anagram. That anagram is Nerd Scarf Command. Remember not to answer in the comment section. I'll announce the winner next week. Not the winner, the answer next week. Typing and talking at the same time. So Nerd Scarf Command. All right, some of the points that have come in so far. Well done to the Questionables with 27 points. Well done as well to the Fighting Mongooses with 28 points. Excellent job for the Spokane Seniors with 16 points. With 31 points are the M. Night Shyamalan's with 20 points. F. Billy Zane, or Billy Zane. Team Mark Pagot's Glasses, 26 points. Trying something new with that one. 34 points for the Stunts, the Cunning Stunts. 38 points for whatever it is we call this. In the past, it was Piggott. Oh, there you go. Closer that time. But just 38 points for the Epidemic Mayhem, as they've been called. 11 points for Jan. 32 points for Cookie Faced. Well done to the 4 teams. I mean, to all teams, but yes, we have 4 teams with over 30 points so far. Looks like the Epidemic Mayhem, or whatever it is we call this. The top score as of tonight, as of the live chat, with 38 points. But yes, thank you all once again for joining in. And I now know how to say some names as well. Fantastic stuff. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back June 9th, so next Tuesday, returning back next Tuesday. And thank you all for understanding taking off this past Tuesday, so both I could and maybe even you could educate yourself further about the movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, and everything that's going on both in Canada and the United States, and the importance of this movement against the racial disparity, the awful stuff that has been boiling over and continuing to this point that could not continue any further. The teardown in a way that needed to happen after it reached such an awful point. I could continue speaking further, but I need to, I guess, find my words a little bit better. Otherwise, though, support all those things that I said, that I've posted, if you'd like, in the comments. Black Lives Matter, the bail system that has worked so wonderfully with those that have been fighting the good fight across the U.S. So thank you, and yeah, thank you for just taking care of yourself during this pandemic as well. I think we're all doing the best we can with these circumstances, and just making the most of life as it is. So thank you all once again for joining us. Hit the like button. It always helps. I think it helps to share this as well. It helps to comment or do whatever you want with Trivia Club in terms of getting the word out there about this trivia night. I do appreciate it for all the sharing, all the support that comes through as well. It's great to have you. It's great to do this live from the Trivia Clubhouse as we do it. So thank you. Smash that like button. Keep following Trivia Club. Find us on triviaclub.ca. As Matt Smith actually makes a good point, donate if you want, however many points you got to one of those charities, but in dollars, not in points. And maybe even more than that, maybe even double. So tonight's champions are all of you for doing all of that, whatever makes the most sense for you. Harlem Nights is tonight's golden VHS. And I mean, now more than ever, it's important to educate yourself and realize both your limitations and what you can learn. So it's the same thing we say at the end of every night. So say it along with me. Remember, it's not what you know, it's what you learn along the way.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Happy belated birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Dana Mom. Fantastic.